Welcome back to the channel. Racer X here, and it's a beautiful sunny day in Tampa, Florida. Figure I would come on outside and film a pretty cool video for you guys. One I've been meaning to do for about a week now, and of course, those of you that follow my channel, some of you are aware, I put something out on my community page of my channel saying, look, last week I came down with COVID-19. Yes, it absolutely sucked. It knocked me on my butt for at least a couple of days where I could barely even get up off the couch. And over the past 3-4 days, I've been getting better and better. Unfortunately, I'm not completely out of the woods, but I thought, man, I've got to get outside. I could not be in the house anymore, and I'm well on the road to recovery. So I want to take just a second and acknowledge everybody out there that sent me, well wishes and all of the positive feedback you guys sent me on the various social media platforms. You guys, that meant the world to me. Thank you so much for all of your continued support. And today I want to talk all about how car prices are changing and how this may be a really good sign of things to come in 2023. I will tell you why. If you're brand new to my channel, please do me a big giant favor and hit subscribe for me. And off we go.
T-minus 15 seconds.
Now, before I get too far into the video, I will kind of address it. Guys, I was vaccinated and am vaccinated. I still got it. It's the first time I've ever had it as far as I know. And yeah, it wasn't a whole lot of fun. The first couple of days really sucked. Matter of fact, that first night, right after I did my live with you guys, I got pretty darn sick really, really fast. It just kind of came out of the blue. Didn't test till the next day. Thought I would at least just take a test, and sure enough, I was positive, and I've been testing every couple of days, and I've been getting progressively better every couple of days. And with today being as nice as it is, I had to at least get outside, come out here with the dog, and I couldn't keep from making a video for you guys. I just wanted to get out here and talk a little bit to you guys about some things that I am seeing in terms of car prices, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. Now, I have talked about it at length about these unprecedented dealer markups that we've been facing as a car community, how it's kind of killing us. That 1% or less than 1% of the population that just has more money than sense, they're the ones that are killing the 99.5% of the rest of us out there who either refuse to pay the dealer markups or simply can't afford them, and most of us do fall into that category. But we just had the Mecum auction here in Florida, in Central Florida. Really, it's happening this week, and just a couple of days ago, I saw the first Z06, the C8 Z06 go across the auction block, and these guys are still continuing to pay stupid money for these cars. That car went for like $260,000.
260. I have 250 baby, 160 baby, 260.
That was basically a base car. It's like a $120,000 sticker, and they basically paid more than double for the car just because they wanted it and had the money to do it. And that's the way these collectors are, but it's not really indicative of what we're starting to see across the industry. We're actually starting to see more inventory creep into the dealerships now, and we're starting to see prices kind of come back down. It's just now starting, and we're having a lot of flux all the way across, but usually that's the first sign that things are headed the other way, which could be a really good thing for folks like you and I. Now, the first important point that I want to make, Tesla. Yes, I know a lot of you guys hate EVs, but here's a big step in the right direction. If you're unaware of this, they recently released their pricing for the 2023 model year. And guess what's happening? They are going way down in price, as much as like 20% in some instances. I saw it come across like 1320's page on Instagram. I read up on it, I believe on Motor Trend. I found all sorts of information about it, but it is very much true. Tesla is slashing their prices big time, probably for a couple of reasons. They know that everybody else is starting to go EV, and in order for them to continue to be competitive, they may have to do something like that. But that's actually really good news. Matter of fact, even their mighty Model S Plaid now is like in the 1 teens or something like that. Now, that's from a base price perspective, but we're seeing big cuts on the Teslas. So if the Teslas are starting to come down in price, that means that everybody else is going to have to at least take notice. Even non-EV companies or companies that produce both, they're going to have to start looking at what the competition is, whether it's EV or not, and see prices coming down, which may also affect the used car market. Out. Down. Oh my goodness. So will we see these other manufacturers actually follow suit when they see Tesla lowering their prices? Well, a lot of that remains to be seen. For example, Dodge, you can't even spec out their 2023 model year cars. Yes, they're going across the assembly line. We're even seeing them start to hit lots, but they don't have anything on their website in terms of 2023 pricing for those cars. They have their Hornet up, but only the GT and the GT Plus. So it is a little bit weird. We're kind of in this limbo status. And even on like the Mustang, right, the S650 Mustang for 2024, we were expecting to be able to put our orders in for those on the 14th initially, and I put a video out about this. Now they pushed it back to the 24th, 10 days later, so we're still about a week from knowing exactly what the prices on those 2024 Mustangs are going to be, and who knows, maybe Ford will take a hard look at this before they put their pricing out and make a few adjustments. But we are starting to see things come kind of crest, and now all of a sudden, like a lot of people predicted, things are starting to come down, and it's even more glaring when you look at the used car market right now. Now, I spend a lot of time on sites like Auto Trader and Car Gurus comparing prices and kind of getting a trend on where things stand. And while we've seen dealerships charge like even $5,000-$10,000 over sticker for something like an RT, which traditionally people were getting lots of money on, people were getting rebates, all that kind of stuff, you know, in the not too distant past, all of that kind of went out the window, and people were paying stupid prices for cars they never should have been paying for like that. And dealerships were more than happy to take it if people were willing to pay it, which is just, like I said, it's just this bad cyclical thing. But now when you get on Auto Trader and Car Gurus, you're starting to see these things come through at less than MSRP once again. So and these are for cars that are already on the lot. So a lot of times if you order, and I've mentioned this many times before, if you order, you're going to get MSRP or less anyway, regardless of the trim level, depending on the dealership you work with. But right now, even on the lot, you can find RTs at specific dealerships if you just do a little bit of research for under MSRP, and in some instances well under MSRP, and even jumping up to scat packs, you're starting to see stuff that's on the lot right now sell for less than MSRP. So I wanted to put some pictures up, just kind of proving my point as you search these sites. Be diligent, because you still have your dealerships out there raking people over the coals, thinking, oh, we'll just continue to ride this, and less and less people are paying it right now. For whatever reason that is, guys, I'm kind of starting to see things slide in the right direction. And when you jump up to even the high-level trims like the Shelbys, you can start to find Shelbys right now for like in the low 80s, and they haven't been in the low 80s for a while, but Auto Trader's full of Shelbys that are in the low 80s. And then you get up to the track pack cars. Those things were selling for like 140 grand, some of them. Prices have come down. On like Hellcat Red Eyes, you can even find like Red Eyes right now back in like the low 70s. You can find the wide body Red Eyes right now for like mid 70s in some instances. Like, we're starting to see these things come back down, and we're just now starting to get to the point where, yeah, no longer do you have to pay it, because there are dealerships out there, not all of them, like I said, you got to find the ones that aren't raking people over the coals. But if everybody starts doing their research, these other guys are going to have to follow suit, because these cars are only going to sit. And I think we're just now starting to see it come over the top, come back down to normal. Really good sign. Now, I also want to make a quick point. Dodge is making a priority out of customer orders. They're trying to get the customer orders done really fast. They want them out first, all that kind of stuff. One of the things I feared when they said, hey, look, for 2023, we're only building so many cars, and here's where they're going, and this is all the trims. And I mean, they wanted to be really transparent, but with that transparency, the dealerships were like, well, crap, I'm just going to order a whole bunch of stuff for the dealership for us, and then we'll just mark them up and all that kind of stuff. Well, now as the market's starting to turn, things are starting to look just a little bit different. And come to find out, it is not as easy as Dodge just putting the hammer down and saying dealerships can't do this. There's a bunch of laws and crap in place, and I'm starting to learn more and more about it. It's really convoluted, and it's extremely messed up. We won't even go into all that kind of stuff, but my advice to you is this. If you want one of the last call cars, the 2023 Dodges, go to a dealership, kind of talk to them on the phone first, all that kind of stuff. Have them put in an order for you at MSRP or better, which if they won't do it, somebody else will, I absolutely promise you, because that's the way things are trending right now, guys. And maybe not on like the special edition last call if you want a black ghost or something like that. I mean, it's not going to happen, guys. But on some of these other trims, I mean, even on the Hellcats and stuff, you guys can get really, really good deals on those cars. So my suggestion would be to go to a dealership, get an order put in with those guys. They'll fill it actually pretty fast for you, as these 2023s are already crossing the assembly lines right now, and you're going to get it pretty darn quick. And chances are that you won't be left out in the cold because Dodge is making a priority out of these customer cars. So go do that as soon as you can. So guys, that is about it for this one. I just really wanted to put a little bit of information out there, just something I have noticed about what's going on with car prices. I'm starting to feel a little bit better about some of the cars out there that we're starting to see come down. Yes, I've seen the Mecum auction and some of the insane prices that those cars are getting right now. I don't expect that to change, guys. That is the folks that have just so much money, and it is what it is. But in terms of just other cars out there and what's really happening in the automotive industry, like I said, I think it really kind of started with this whole Tesla thing when they announced a couple of days ago. But I'm really hoping that maybe we'll see a crest, and we've already seen the crest, and now we're starting to see car prices move in the right direction, and it's only going to get better over the next several months. So let's just kind of all keep an eye on it. Like I said, guys, don't be in a big hurry right now. I know it's hard, but I think you will thank yourself if you decide to maybe just be a little bit patient and see where the prices head. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below, and I will see you on the next one. So until then, Racer X.